Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is me attempting to record using my daughter's older 4-year-old laptop, and we are going to go to the moon today. Hopefully this actually works. I'm using a Philips SPC 1300 NC webcam microphone, so it's not the best that I found. That's alright. I'm actually surprised this thing hasn't crashed on me yet. So, the mission today is we're going to go to Minmus. And I'm using a little story about Minmus. I always thought it was pronounced Minus, because I never bothered to read it right. Mun-shot. We'll keep that as a flag. We'll just save it like that, just so it's there. This is 0.23. All stock. Nothing fancy. So this is going to be a lot like my Mun-shot that I did on my 0.18 demo video 7 months ago. But not really. It'll be close. I like having RCS because it's a good backup for, oh my gosh, I just totally derped up this mission. Plus being Minmus, see, I did it again. Minmus, RCS is almost enough to ensure that you can land. So let's see how tall that is. Okay, barring landing on a boulder, I won't crunch up my engine. And now I need some solar panels. So these little guys. And we'll put those right up here. I need to shoot. Okay. We'll leave that together. Oh, no, we're not. Tanuki Chow says, do not have your parachute fire too early. I never saw the problem with it, but I guess we'll find out how it works. I've learned a lot from watching her stuff, her streams and her YouTube videos and the Facebook group that I'm involved with. Okay. Let's do the gimbaled one, LVT30. So yeah, if it looks a little choppy on the frame rate, I apologize. It's just kind of how it is. Now what I'm going to do differently this time is I'm going to go ahead and go straight for the big stuff. I'm going to go for 2 of these Rocco Max 32 tanks. Drag this whole thing up. If you hold down Shift and click on it, you can select any part of the rocket and use that to let's use a mainsail. Go big or go home. The skipper may be enough to get this up, but I'm not too confident on that. But we'll use the skippers for this. This is probably really overkill, but hey, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with overkill. The problem with having a slow frame rate on your computer like this is it doesn't like actually recording anything. We'll go like that. That's nice and trussed up. Okay, then we'll put on some fins. Like so. Right, drag the mainsail down here with the skippers. Okay, we'll have that go like that, that go like that. This should all work. All right. The capsule's only going to have 50 units of power. That should be enough. I can always disable the torque and use RCS to steer instead of using the flywheel. Right. Well, I haven't fallen over yet. That's a good thing. So I want to get up to about 100 meters per second pretty quick, and then I'll throttle down. Like so. Turn down my volume so I'm not deafened in my headset. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this at about 100 meters per second vertical speed until I get to about 2,000 meters. Then I'll begin opening the throttle up. Because right now I'm in the densest part of the atmosphere. Going too much faster than 100 meters per second is not going to do me much good. And my mission elapsed timer is blinking yellow because it's dealing with part lag. Okay. So if you look at the tens digit of my surface speed, it should more or less correspond to my thousands and hundreds of meters up that I've gone. So 42 versus 39. I'll slow down a bit. Because when I hit 10,000 meters, I should be going 200 meters per second. This thing wants to either accelerate like crazy or slow way down. Yep, pretty overkill of a rocket. Okay, stage burnout. Get rid of you guys. Now I gotta actually throttle up some more. I think we'll just leave it like this. Close enough. And I'm going to turn in such a way that I'm going at 45-degree angle to the east. And we will do that now. Actually, I can just leave it on. It doesn't matter now. Did in the demo, you couldn't do steering inputs with SAS activated. Now you can. And now we can throttle all the way up. And we are going to ride this up to about 75,000 meters. So it'll be quite a bit under this thing, which is a project I have not finished yet. But when I get to 28,000 meters, I'm going to turn so I'm chasing the nav ball, or the prograde marker. This is one of those other little tricks that Tanuki showed one of her friends, and I thought it was pretty neat, and it works pretty well. It's amazing what you can learn if you pay attention. But we're climbing really good, so I might not even have to bother. I'll start doing that now. And yeah, overshot because we're going that quick, and I still have some of this launch stage left. Perfect. We'll go ahead and speed our way through the rest of our climb. Okay, so now we're going to go like this, full power. I need to pick up about 1,000 meters per second. Roughly. Now if I'd timed this right, I'd be doing this pretty much right where Minmus crosses our orbit. Okay. There we go. I was like wondering why I couldn't hit spacebar in map view and make it switch over to where I wanted to go. Speed up some. accelerate some. A lot of people think Minmus is challenging. It's actually not that hard. The hard part is this ascending node, descending node part. So what we're going to do is we're going to change our flight path at the descending node. We're going to use these purple triangles to more or less get us where we need to go. Yeah, see, it's like twitching out and stuff. There we go. Alright, so I should be aiming myself up in relation to the planet, so that would be the other up. See? There we go. Remember, time warp fixes everything when you overshoot a turn. It totally kills your rotation. It's better than AZAS. Time warp heals everything. Okay. So I gotta do an 11-second burn in 5 minutes. So when I get down to 6 seconds, I will actually do the burn. So my burn will be half before the marker and half after. Because unless you have the Orion nuclear pulse mod engine, you can't actually apply huge amounts of delta V in an instant. You have to have it applied over time. Okay, and done. Mostly. Now, well, that's weird. Descending node NA. Funny. That's really weird. Okay. Maybe I need to deselect the target and reselect it again. I found an error. Weird. That's kind of crazy. Well, no matter. Now I got plenty of delta V on this thing, so we're just going to go ahead and do some maneuvering to see if we can get, yeah, curbing escape? No, that's not what we want. Okay, there's some magic. Oh, see, I was pretty close. Shooting out a bit far. Because I'm mostly aligned with Minmus now, I can just tweak this, and I should intersect. And I get a 4-hour encounter pretty high up. So there we go, 431,000 meters. Sure, I'll take it. And here's my orbit marker for the maneuver. If you hear that noisy noise in the background, that is my fridge. It is running, I should go get it. Okay. Now I used up some battery adjusting that, my attitude of the spacecraft. That's fine. See, there we go. Got some solars. So 41-second burn, so when I get down to T-20, we'll go full burn and we'll get to Minmus. Now, so if you noted, the total of delta V was like 800 something, which is not that far away from what you need for a moon-shot. Only like 20 or 30 more meters per second past the moon gets you all this extra distance between Minmus and moon orbit. It's crazy how much further you can get for just a little bit more delta V. And the orbit plane change maneuver actually wasn't all that hard either to do. And I actually think it takes less delta V to get to Minmus and back than it does for the moon. See, the moon would be like trolling me saying, no, I want you to go that way. I tell it, no, I don't want to go that way. Alright, so let's cancel this maneuver out so we can see better. Oh, okay. There we go. Got a moon Minmus periapsis of 180 kilometers. Sure, we'll take it. Bye, Kerbin. Nice knowing you. As we fly way out there. We should time accelerate a bunch because this takes a long time to get there. Over a day, because I just passed a day's worth of time. Although a Kerbin day is only 6 hours, so really this took about 6 days now. Okay. That is a weird vector. It just takes this weird right angle, no, not right angle, but really sharp. Alright, so 2 days into the trip and I still haven't found Minmus. Oh, that's why. I'm like scooching right past it. Well, we need to slow way this neck down to do this. Okay, so I have smashed the keyboard a bunch on the comma key to dump myself out of time warp. Now, that would have been a good time to actually speed up a bit just to make sure. Do some burn here, and now look at the orbit change so radically. It's amazing how little delta V it takes to maneuver around Minmus. Right, we might just go for a day landing. Not there, but at the periapsis we'll burn again to deep orbit and come down. Well, I'm not going to land on one of the flats. The flats are really nice to land on. It's okay. I'm cool with that. Yeah, as you can see, I use map view a lot. I don't really need to see Minmus now. So I can see it there. I see the whole thing. Okay, I think I just hit booster burnout. I did. Perfect. Deploy that landing gear. Now ordinarily if this was a moon trip, this would barely be enough to get you down, up, and back to Kerbin. This will be plenty for what we're doing. We'll just go ahead and go surface mode now. Orient our rocket so it makes the nav ball make sense. Hopefully I don't land at an angle, but that's okay if I do, because as long as I don't land quickly, I should be able to use RCS to right myself fairly easily. This Minmus gravity is so nice to play with. She will stay there now. And this is where we start burning. Look at that speed drop like crazy. Go to 80. Speed up a bit. Okay. Looks like we're landing on one of the plateaus. Okay, now I'll turn on RCS just to make sure I don't flip this thing over, because if I come down a little bit hard, I'll just bounce right off the surface, like a basketball. Or something. And we'll save it for later. See, I'm barely tap the throttle and I'm already decelerating pretty quick. It's like, this space is awesome. Rovers are fun here too, but they have trouble getting traction. Some people have decided to put ion thrusters pointing upwards on their rovers. Yeah, we'll just boink. Yay, we did it. Hey, we got down there Shell Rim. Hey, Shell Rim, guess what? You're on Minmus, dude. You don't even need no stinking ladders. This is sandbox, it's not career, so this is not worth any points or anything. Hey, trees! Green flag on a green place. Yay. Now, I have found that if you take off with your rocket too aggressively by your flag, you will knock your flag down. Whoa. I could jump clear over my lander. See, isn't it Minmus fun? Minmus? Keep calling it Minmus. I should start a petition and have it just called Minmus for real. Because I keep jacking that up. Can I get in, please? Thank you. Right. See, there's the... Is it still going? I'm curious where this is still going, if it's still in orbit. We might see it crash here in a minute. Yep, it's gonna hit here in a bit. Space trash. Oh, I wonder if I can catch it. Switch to catch me if you can. I doubt it because it's curving away. Alright, so how do we get home? We turn on stability controls. And we gently take off so we don't knock over our flag. Yay! I'm saying yay because I didn't knock it over. We turn towards 90. And we nail the throttle to the wall. And I can pretty much go right for the horizon now at this point. And yeah, that's it. I barely touched my fuel stocks. I have 143 out of 180 fuel. That is plenty to get home. No, I actually came with the planet retrograde. Because now I'm traveling eastward. I was traveling westward around it earlier. How crazy is that? See, I've already circularized my orbit. And then some. Close enough. And I got 141 units of fuel. So 2 units of fuel, I've circularized my orbit. Isn't Minmus awesome? Okay. So whoa. Yeah, look how little delta V I need to get out of Minmus's sphere of influence here. It's a very small body. Okay, I am burning retro in respect to Minmus's orbit. So I'll get kicked out behind it. Sure. And for a mere paltry 62 meters per second, I can totally get out of Minmus's sphere of influence and And then it's a simple matter of doing another retro burn once I'm in high Kerbin orbit to get back to Kerbin. Child's play. Pardon me. Sneeze jacked me all up. Okay. Cancel that node. And now we get ourselves kicked out into a high Kerbin orbit. And I could be smart and wait to do this burn at apoapsis, but I gotta wait 8 stinking days. I don't feel like waiting 8 stinking days to do that. I have the fuel to spare. It's not going to do me any good. So we'll burn retro now. 130 units of fuel. Plenty. If I'll get lucky, I'll get a moon encounter. Moon says, I want to keep you. It's like baby Tylo here. Oh, see? There we go. If I skip out, I can totally get a Kerbin escape. I'm trying to make sense of the map now. It's all crazy now. Good enough. We'll just smash into Kerbin directly. Alright, so to make sure you don't smash your spacecraft into Kerbin coming back, you don't always go full-blown time accelerate. You go one less. And now I have entered atmosphere. Going pretty quick. So we'll go ahead and retro burn this now. This is almost like coming into Kerbin from an interplanetary mission, how fast you're going, over 3,000 meters per second. That's really quick. Usually I would aero brake. I'm just going to go straight down. I don't have deadly reentry or anything. I don't have any mods right now. This isn't my normal computer. Yay, reentry effects, hooray. We'll just let it do its thing. So I'm already hitting a full G's worth of deceleration force. 3 G's total. 4 G's, 5 G's. I haven't even popped the chute. 6 G's. Imagine if you're doing this upside down. There was one of the Soyuz, or was it one of the Vostok missions that had that happen? So this is why Tanuki says don't bother with your chute, because the air resistance alone will do it for you. Plus, if you really popped your chute with the reentry effects, like for real, a reentry heat, you would fry your chute in moments. Seconds. Milliseconds even. So yay, I learned something today. Let's see if I can actually do a powered assisted landing with all of the spacecraft. Maybe I'll get lucky. I should have the thrust to weight ratio that even if I like rip my chute off the nose here, I should be able to do a powered landing with all this extra fuel that I didn't need to have with me. Where are we landing anyway? The mountains. What continent is this? This isn't Kerb Africa. That's like over there. Anyway, what you call this? The big continent. I don't know. I've never found a real official. I got a feeling when that chute opens, it's going to rip everything off. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to slow down right away. Alright, it's 13.5 meters per second. That's not bad. RCS actually helps slow us down. But what we'll do is when I see my radar altimeter, we'll do 5 meters per second. And then, yay, success. I made it home. Hooray! Recover. That was it. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.